Right, your reporting continues now here on the Newsfeed PM. Community leaders in Slovo Park Gauteng are blaming a lack of service delivery for the increase in gender-based violence and crime in the informal settlement. They say that basic service provision is a GBV issue as much as it is a socio-economic issue. For more on this, we're joined now by Dan Moalahi, Slovo Park Community Development Forum leader. Dan, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. Well, this past week, of course, we saw the latest in the spate of criminal activity in the Slovo Park settlement, where two young women would have been discovered dead. This raising, of course, a lot of concern. The Premier has been there as well, making some promises to return. But, however, you say this crime is among the latest in the settlement where crime has become a routine. Expand on this particular aspect for us. What have you seen in terms of the rise in crime in the area?
Good afternoon to your viewers and to your listeners as well. The crime in the area, it's now skyrocketing in such a way that we, the residents of Slovo Park, feel that we are no longer safe at all, since we have raised these issues to the Premier and the other service providers like police and others around the crime. The recent one that has happened to us, it's one of the things that is actually heartbreaking, that I've never seen in my life, losing two young women at a space of a time. And this is actually something that we have never expected to see, going to that particular stance that we've been finding ourselves in.
Yeah.
If you can recall, when the Premier visited Slovo Park, we have raised the issue of getting the highlight mass that will be provided with the cameras, and also a bit of light to areas that are a little bit dark. This is something that has never happened. Only some few highlight masses that were installed in the area doesn't have the cameras, and we in some other part of Slovo Park it's a little bit dark. If you can also recall, there was also a commitment that was done by Premier to say each and every month we'll have the patrollers or police visibilities in the area that will be fighting crime in the area. So up to so far, we have not seen that happening. From February up until now in September, we have lost about eight lives currently under gunshots, and also including these two young ladies as well.
Yeah, is this criminal? But then, is this criminal activity being imported into the area, or is it criminal activity that emanates from the area? In other words, these are people who live within the community.
This looks like something that is important into the area, because if it's people that are living with us in the area, we could have caught them with a blink of an eye, because if I recall, around the early July or late July, they can't recall the dates very well. One of the patrollers was shot while he was patrolling around Slovo Park, trying to protect the communities there. And immediately afterwards, there was a young boy that was also shot in his puzzle shop, was shot dead there.
Yeah. So when you speak about a state of neglect, are you merely referring to the issues of the high mast lights, the Wi-Fi connected CCTV cameras, or the police visibility? Or is there more as far as infrastructure in the settlement is concerned that you think is a contributor to this rise in criminal activity?
There is more. There is more. if you can recall, there was also an issue that was raised by the community to say, we want to see our streets being graded. We want to see our streets being developed. We have also requested to have what we call a sports ground for the kids. We have also requested more issues of like having a total development for Slovo Park, which is going to change the lives of the people of Slovo Park. But up until now, it has been delayed, though there is some steps that the city of Joburg have said they will start doing what we call implementation of water and sanitation there, but it's been delayed a little bit.
Yeah. Now, you're making a request particularly around what the courts would have also articulated, ordering the city to upgrade this particular informal settlement. Any plans that would have been forwarded to yourself as community members on what the city plans to do and whether they had timelines on them and if the city has made good on any of those particular plans?
Yes, there is a plan that has been forwarded to us, which is the one of upgrading in the water and sanitation in the area, which is actually, we are expecting to see that happening on the end of this of October, a month there, as per the plans and timelines that we got from Johannesburg Water to say this is when we are going to start with the implementation. While we are still waiting to hear from other ones that we have requested, which is your roads, to say when are we starting with the roads, when are we starting with rebuilding the hall there, the temporary structure, which is the hall that is going to be used by the young people in the area. These are some of the things that they've been forwarded to us to say this is what we are actually looking at. To say we can start this in this particular year. But what is concerning more is that if there's no employment and there's nothing that is happening currently, we might find ourselves being experiencing this kind of things that is happening, or if things are not being pushed fast, we'll be in the position to find ourselves facing this kind of situation that we're facing now.
Yeah.
The young people are also looking forward to make sure that they are going to make a march to the nearer police station, which is Aurora Park Police Station, on the 10th of October to raise their issues around their safety as part of saying we are a part of South Africa and we need to be safe. We need what we call freedom of movement in the area where we stay. So apart from that, that's what is happening currently in the area.
Yeah. Now, the Premier, of course, making, you say in your statement, undertaking to address these issues of infrastructure, these issues of high crime levels as a matter of priority. Are you having any confidence in the Premier's intervention?
So far, I won't say that. I don't have much confidence as we have been engaging with the Office of the Premier, we've been engaging with the police station around this up until we find ourselves in this particular situation. If that was immediately been implemented as per his promises to the community, I don't think we could have been finding ourselves being ruled by the guns in the area where we live, or find ourselves losing young girls like this and losing young boys like this, of which you find the community living in fear that the housebreaking that is happening at gunpoints day by day, we don't know what is going to happen afterwards if one of the person retaliated and we can have more stats around people that are losing lives.
But Dan, I appreciate your time and your intervention this afternoon. That's Dan Moalahi, Slovo Park Community Development Forum leader. They're raising the alarm around a lack of service delivery in infrastructure, in police visibility, but also other critical aspects of making sure that that is a functioning community. The ball is in the court, of course, of the Premier and the City of Johannesburg to deliver to those priorities.